I'll be honest with you, right in front of me is around 6 hours of footage. This is the time from downloading the very first mod to the point when the game was kinda playable for me. Alright, let's stop for a few seconds. What is happening right now? A few months ago, I decided to download every categorized Starsector mod. Because last time when I did my super modded playthrough, I got actually flamed that I didn't download enough mods. I'm not having it this time, so I went from up to down and downloaded every single one of these mods. This results in few things. Very varied content when you actually play the game. But of course, a lot of bad. Game runs slowly. Takes ages to load up the game. Memory leaks. Crashing. Greatly unbalanced experience. And so on. By the way, my computer, and I have a 4080. Although for this case, it probably doesn't matter. Also, the mod managers threatened my system. I know they will be probably fine, but I downloaded them last, so I wouldn't utilize them that much anyway. And one more thing, when you go to the mods, you can find more mods which are uncategorized. So you won't be sad, I got the Star Wars mod. And of course, now the famous UAF. Now I will give it back to Robert from the past. At this point, what you will see, we have around, 176 mods inside Starsector. Some of them have multiple check-ins, and some of them had to be turned off because they were incompatible with others. This video took multiple months to finish. Not that I worked that hard on it, but the beginning modding process ate on my soul, and I didn't even think I would finish it. But what kept me excited was anytime somehow the game wouldn't crash and I would launch it, I would see the glimpses of what would await us. The very first thing I would see actual pirate ships like on the sea fighting in the space. How cool is that? Another time I spawned here. The worst part is that I'm not recording. I just wanted to show that I just spawned the game. I didn't want to even record. Look, I'm in pajamas. Look at the place we spawned in. This is what kept me wanting to play the game and finalize the mod. And of course I cannot forget, anytime I went to the battle, the colors, the weapons, you just want to play it. So how it looks, of course, as I mentioned, the loading time is crazy. As you can see on the screen, it took me nearly 5 minutes just to launch the game. When you get in, very first thing you notice are the portraits. Look how many portraits you can choose from. We have it all. Some Warhammer 40k stuff, Tau Empire. Of course, anime characters of various types. If you want to play as Japanese portrait, we have that. Pick a Roman soldier. Now the question is what to choose. There's one obvious answer. Oh, I want to be the seahorse.
Is not their forte. They are very slow swimmers. In fact, they are the slowest of all.
Now the character is chosen. Let's play the game. But what happens? Well, that's unfortunate. Now you have to go through the loading again. A lot of mods. Yes, indeed we know. And what happens? You crash again. Jesus! Okay, character, we are in trouble. We cannot use character. Bagasm, that has to be it, right? So now you have to find again which mod caused it and turned it off. Now let me show you a few cool moments before we get to the actual game where everything worked. That's so cool. That's like a ship. That's like a battleship. And that's like a regular ship. Oh, are you kidding me? Those F-16s cannot be balanced. There's like a no way. That's like Japanese planes, are you kidding me? But look what we have. A battleship. If you ram yourself, maybe I will do some damage. And Hegemony is currently hostile too. Look at those guys. What? Difficulty rating for the next battle will be reduced by 20% due to reloading after a battle? What? Are you just saying that I save scummed and you are gonna punish me somehow? Now let's get to the good session. Now nothing beats new session as staring at a screen, hoping the game will start. After a few minutes, of course, it crashed. Yes, and as you can see, we are on another character. This has to be like 9th of 10th fun. And also, this mod gameplay is quite hard, so I want to get the right fleet to start with. Well, now let's drop into the game, and of course we check if we are not in a hostile area. Thank God we are not, so we can continue to check the ship we got. It's probably strong, but we don't know yet. This one is new for me. And of course, jumping to test it out, you realize how much the game lags and how much slower it actually is. And when you look at the orbit station, yeah, look how many options you can click through. As the game is loading super slowly, and it is quite hard. We have to mention that most of the factions are currently hostile to us. Personally, I should know why, but I don't, so I have to roll with it. Therefore, my plan is simple, to visit Galactic Empire. Currently, they're not hostile. fuel-wise, we should make it. Hopefully this pop-up, press 6 to start scavenging, will disappear. But I have a feeling it won't. The reason why we are visiting the Empire now, they have a quite OP ship. This Victory class, a lovely ship, but we are not there yet. I really like the Lambda shuttles, so I will buy them. And one of the reasons I'm not being at the black market, although it's quite needed early game, because everybody is enemy with us. And we have to keep one of those natural ones, not even allies, with us. Now, my plan is to wait a bit to get some interesting missions or bounties to go after. Of course, we had to test out the ship. Pretty nice effects. That's the best part about it. It looks good. Oh, it's fun. For me, one of the important things to start the game with is to check market. What can be bought low and sold high. Look at the ship shop and realize Yorktown class carrier. Isn't that thing supposed to go to the water? It should. Now checking some missions. And then look at the star system and look where the opportunities lie. And as you can see, we travel this time to the far north of the sector, more east, because there are some friendly factions that reside there, which could help us tremendously. We did a few things, but eventually we managed to go more north, to Mandalore, and to the New Republic. They can explore the outer sector, and not being afraid of running out of fuel. These guys are not hostile with us. Every single time I do this, I fear of crashing the game. Like, look at this. Free maintenance, 500 cargo, 100 fuel. Bloody insanity. And as I mentioned, as we are going more north, we can explore these star systems while being safe from losing fuel. Earliest exploration I ever done, I guess. These deep into the systems. But we have to be careful. We don't know what is awaiting us. Watcher? Hostile? It doesn't try to hurt me currently. Artillery in range. Will it shoot at me? I heard that. Those missiles won't go after me, will they? After we were shot by the artillery system, we went right away to the south. As we know, there is a research station. And this should give us the boost we need for the early game, but it's a bit hard to go through this. Alright, we are alive right now. Damn! Cryo, big engine. Oh my. Okay, we should come back because this one is insane. What is this? Loka, fluorescent giant. Boys and girls, maybe this will be our place to live in, but we have to sell our stuff because we have too much. I have to say, it's quite laggy. 18 FPS, I am kidding. Cyberpunk with ray tracing is running better than this. I know that this isn't GPU bound, but damn. One good trick if you want to sell your stuff on the black market and don't pay the tariffs, it is of course to sneak in without a transponder on. Of course, but you can do it most efficiently when the station or planet is in the astral belt. Because when you go dark and turn off everything, your sensor profile gets really small. Now we have only 79. And also we are not hyper optimized to be not seen. This makes it super easy to sneak in. We have to try other mods as well, of course, but look at this. 5 maintenance costs 1000 cargo. It costs maximum burst speed is 10 and it uses only 1 fuel. Oh, very nice. Remnants are hunting me in the hyperspace. I have to disengage. They caught me. Animals. Plan was simple. As we bought some very OP cargo ships from the droids, we would look for systems with good loot in it. The difference between this and vanilla, usually you cannot take much. But now when you find a mining station or something like that, you can really bring bunch of resources with you. Hypershunt top, but I don't like it. I will sell it probably. Now I'm gonna sell the Hypershunt top. Maintenance, like this is broken. Yes, we are a bit exploiting the game. Cargo pods, look at this. It will increase our capacity of cargo by 300. Doesn't matter, but look at this. It will be slow, so the speed and turn rate is slow, but we won't fight with it, so that doesn't matter. And burn fuel costs will be increased by 35%. Every 3 days it generates 1, 2, 3, 4 fuel based on hull size. Are you saying that this will be also generating fuel? Now it will be so expensive, it will use 0.35 more fuel. 95 bots, check failed. Ah! Way to start the video. Oh, hello there. Now going through our cargo shipping plans, we found some cool stuff. Hives, hive systems, agonies. What the hell are those? They seem dangerous, so we ran away from them. Also, we found some great planets, but they were heavily defended. This whole system was full of surprises. And also this purple planety thingy. It isn't actually a planet, it burns a lot. It's a sun. Actually, a star, not a sun. What the hell am I talking about? Hopefully I can do it alone with this hive fleet. Do you have shields? Oh, it has like a little tail. Doesn't seem to have shield, so help me. Was ist das? Is it immortal? It is flaming me hard. These things are so impressive. Okay, I think one thing we can do, just rush it and send rockets in and everything so I don't get eaten alive. Kill it, 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 kill it. Nein, don't hit it. Was? Eat it alive. Die for it. These systems require something. Neutron stars, high fleets fighting us, research stations, and one thing that would piss me off. Notice throughout this video, there will be a lot of fortified cargoes, which obviously with my power, I cannot access. Super heavy needler. You will distract this one. So now it's not doing anything. Flame out. Damn, we got it. Good. Hello? Be a research station? Oh, it is a research station? Of course, a fortified cache, isn't it? That's an Imperial Dreadnought. A heavy cruiser. That's no way we can defeat that. Everything has a fortified cache. This is another crazy thing that I love about having a lot of mods. You can find these random events throughout the sector. We have this huge fleet that I thought that would attack us, but no, they want a support in fighting a tough battle. Not a friendly face, what? I'm safe scumming this. For the content, we have to fight it, but normally, I wouldn't. Hell, I cannot help you at all. But it's super interesting. We have to be part of it. Join battle. I'm doing my work, babies. Just leave me be, goddamn. The thing is unavailable. Yeah, that's no way. Exit the campaign, bros. As we couldn't help those poor suckers, we did all as a good merchantman would do. We scavenged the remains of the battle. They are winning! And now we can save scavenge it even more. Not only that we scavenged it, for some reason the auto battle thinks that they should win. That sound is so good. Launch the rockets. Continue pretending we are helping. Not only being scumbags, but managing to win. Whoa, that's a pretty system. Even storms inside of it. A Terran world in this bloody storm, that's insane. Is absolute monster in defense. That's crazy. Fortified cache. Are you kidding me? Oh, improve this. It got an S mod. What the heck? For free. Yeah, here it is. Allows the insertion of additional S mod. I have to load back. We can exploit this for a bigger ship. It's wasted on that small one. Let's say scum this. Memory leak detected. I'm ending it for today because I'm not waiting another 7 minutes to launch the game. Continuing our trading. By the way, I don't need glasses. This is just blocking the blue light from the screen. Important message I have to tell you, boys and girls. Yeah, the message press 6 to start scavenging still didn't go away. As always, we check where the good things are being sold at. You can buy here the organics and the water. And to keep the good reputation, we will also exchange a few of the cars. Whoa, that's a big fight here. This is one of the other ways you can play early game. All of these mods. A lot of fighting is happening. And I think also Nexeron is helping quite a lot with that. And you can get some crazy. They want to scavenge it. I'm gonna shoot them. They're stealing it. They scavenged it. That's impressive, actually. I have to click them because I want to show you something. No, something cool happened already. They have an Eclipse too. Look at this ship.
Supermodel video. We found a blueprint to a ship
Eclipse
of
2.
tremendous power. This bad boy is an Eclipse 2 class dreadnought, containing fear-inducing amount of firepower, 28 small energy slots, 42 medium energy. What
And
your
look at
enemies
this.
will fear the most is something more sinister. In the front, the ship contains a super weapon. A laser capable of annihilating anything that comes in its way. How much damage do you ask? Well, if I can read it correctly, 121,998. Packs a punch, doesn't it?
Like, no wonder the CIS is losing. And we have to do one more crazy things, boys and girls. We have no fighting capabilities anyway. I'm gonna buy this cruiser. Sell this. Sell this. Our sensor profile should be pathetic. 48 sensor profile range. We have to be under them if we want to get spotted. That's crazy. One more interesting thing about Star Wars mode. They have a lot of ordnance points. They have a lot of firepower slots. Even fighter base for this is insane. But the counterpart guns that go on it are quite weak. If we want to cheese it a little bit, we can use, for example, I have some drone here, drone over there. Of course, we can put zeros on this as well. Let's buy them.
Zero fighter preceded it. Even before.
This is absolute mess. Look at those things. Remember how we slowed them down, and our fighters are killing them. How we slowed them down, everybody escaped. A construct that stands at the center of all Exotech's life support. Woo! What the hell is this? While we continued exploring, we've of course found some cool stuff. And something even more weird. Caged animals? Name your leopard. I have a cat? A leopard? Ship pet. Look at this. I can have pets now that give bonuses. One of the best things for me from having all of these mods is as you don't expect what you will find, and these kind of systems we are seeing right now is super amazing, and I think the base game really would benefit from this kind of variety. And of course our fleet was optimized to have low sensor profile range, therefore we would get into many fights, but we eventually had to fight few of those small battles. Currently our fleet, although it's small and not that strong, is focused on fighters and bombers. Lovely. We have 11,000 cargo space. I called it ridiculous. I went to the Empire because I can sneak in and just sell everything on the black market we just got. I should be selling this, not at such high amounts, but I'm too lazy. We'll do it anyway. And using our invisibility. As I was playing, I realized I always ran away from the remnants when I was weak. But now I can hide, which is pretty effective and consumes less time. Animals. Maxwell Investigatory Station, boys and girls. Hello. Honorary reputation, no money. They don't sell anything. Weird. Wow. This has pre-collapse facility. I want this. Everything is defended. Holy shit. Every single planet here is somehow defended. It's like, no, you don't get the planet to colonize. So quick overview. How I am feeling right now. It's quite hard, because most of the factions are hostile, so the core worlds are pretty much inaccessible, or I have to be very careful. In the hyperspace, there are remnants hunting me constantly. There are so many inhabited planets, I cannot really find a suitable world to colonize. If I find a world to colonize, it is usually heavily defended or something, or there's some story around it. In each system where there's something interesting, there are things hunting me. Even Domain Era is coming after me. And if I find a research station or R&D facility, I'm lucky if it's not defended as well. At least we can get supply caches. Nope, they're defended as well. And look at this. To get to this research station, we had to fly through the beam of this neutron star. And what we would get? Another defended place. With even this alien looking thingy. Look at this thing. What the hell is that? At least some of the times we were kind of lucky. Look what we have found. The Retribution class from Warhammer. This beefy boy will probably pack a lot of punch. But with 85 deployment points, yeah, it will take a while. I haven't improved my fleet that much yet, but I have a lot of fighters. Look at this. Star Wars ship, lobster thingy dingy, and an F-16 or whatever it is. You don't see that often. Lobster finished them off. We have to try it, engage them. Eventually I would try to engage some of the fortified caches and stuff like that, thinking like, yeah, I could defeat few of those ships if there are not many. I got absolutely slapped across the finger. Even though I think my fleet, for the points they cost, is quite strong, these things are on another level. They have this weird flags, they seem immortal, they deal a lot of damage. Yeah, sometimes it gets on my nerve. Even fucking orbital habitat is scheiße. Like, I should win this, but these are the OP weird ships, right? Wow, at least we got one. So we don't forget what is happening still. Timer, where are you at? And see how long it will last, because the loading times didn't go away magically. Still don't know if the game is alive or not. Ah! It's alive! This is like loading for a League of Legends queue. For some reason, far more painful. Oh! 5 minutes, pretty much. Boys and girls, I have decided on one thing. The Chekhov's gun has been loaded and it's ready to fire. What it means for you and me, I want to show you some results of the stuff you have seen already in the video. I want you to see what's in the fortified cache. I want to show you the cool ships I have found up to this point. If I would continue playing normally for myself, I would continue exploring and find a good place for a colony, gain my money that way, and then have a big fleet to conquer these caches and so on. That would require a time, and this video, in my opinion, is getting quite long already. So let's get to the good stuff. We will show them this time. Prepare for a new age of power. Absolute razor carnage. Big Ducka. Let's see what is ships that we actually found. What do you mean, have a nice day? No, our ship is going down. I'm gonna tell you something about these ships. The power of these ships is unmatched. Look how it's shooting the friendly. But look at the damage.
And yeah, by the way, if you didn't notice, they don't do any damage because these lasers don't do hard flux.
And I'll be honest with you, these things are quite bad. This thing seems awesome. I used the beamer autofill. This ship has very interesting hull mods. 50% reduced ordnance points for the small weapon and 30% reduction in flux generation and damage as well. This thing should be great, but somehow isn't. This thing is quite interesting. As I equipped it with this 40 cost behemoth. Like, it does damage against armor, honestly. Flux per shot, 3000. I love this point defense system, by the way. It's crazy. Although the previous large weapon was super fun, I found something better. Whee! But honestly, if we equip this right, it is quite usable. And this lovely thing, as you have seen, is from the same faction. And then we have this thing. 15 points to deploy. Like, for 15 points, this ship looks massive. And the AI is not really winning against the Hammerhead, which is quite cheaper. It's quite disappointing, honestly. Because as it is a 15-point ship, it is not really tanky. And it cannot really sustain damage. Nothing will miss this ship. I will rebuild these two ships and try again. See if I can do something about them. Let's try this weapon out. Death Star Super Laser. This works. So I think if we use this, obviously this would work. Yeah, if you give it longer range weapon, maybe it will survive a bit longer. So let's go with this. This thing looks so good. I think we found some more interesting build, let's call it, for this ship.
Now we also made some improvements to the carriers. We have the flying super robots from Armatura.
Now this goes very simple. They fly in, look at this, like how they stab with the laser weapon. They stab the enemy to the death. The second build has real-life jets. F-22 Raptor and the J-15 with some smaller aircraft. It's pretty weird seeing those two. Honestly, they're a bit wonky. But I have the spirit, and here goes one. For the cost, I have big doubts if it's that effective. And the last one, we have these Japanese bombers. And yes, I mean the World War II planes. I think this one will be the strongest. Because honestly, they pack quite the punch. Let's see if it will work. And the engagement starts. Do we start over? As I was saying, I really like this thing. But look at them. Look at the fighters. Yeah, they're going in. It goes through him. There's a flux dissipation. You're untargetable when you're fluxing. Look at all the fighters coming after him. Lasers. Fire the cannon. Oh, the beauty of that ship. Look at it, how cool it looks. Like, everything looks so cool. Pick up the lasers. What is happening? I didn't like this. Now I love this ship. Wow, thank you. And we are rewarded by memory leak. Poor guy. And I'm falling in love with these ships. The advantage of modded is that it looks so amazing. It's not that impressive, honestly. And here we have Cobra Wing. I think the point is to get these weapons. Blueprint package. And the other good thing is with this new build, these ships became so much more effective. That makes them actually usable. And they are quite good for some good fighting. Do you remember the neutron star with that aged facility? Let's try it now. No, I'm not delusional. We cannot win this. But boy, won't it be interesting? Is this because we are in a neutron star? I never fought with one. I didn't know this would happen. Eat it! Here's an actual carrier from the seas. And as I fought before, in this battle, we had no chance of winning, so we had to prepare it another way. And now, before we get to that, And one more warning, if you are playing with super modded Starsector, I was preparing for the big fight. And for the first time, I was trying to build in hull mod. Resistant flex conductors cannot be built in. Nothing can be built in. And I didn't know why. Thanks to the Reddit, I know why. Because I apparently installed progressive SMods mod. I have to go to the station and go here to manage built-in hull mod. And increase here. And I apparently don't even have enough XP to do that. I will choose one as I play with it. But if I want to show you some cool ships, I cannot use built-in hull mods because I haven't played with the ship. Now look at me going through the mod forum and trying to figure out how to turn some of these things off. Looking into the files, the settings, some things were tweaked, but I couldn't just remove it. But despite all of this, I had some aces up my sleeve. A new ship. For the battle ahead of us, we will use something different. 85 deployment points, 3 large energy, 35 small hybrid, 8 plasma torpedoes. Let's see if it will make difference in this forsaken place. It launches these rockets when these hit, they hurt a lot. As you can see, the firepower is very good on the ship. But it does flex out very fast. And it doesn't like to get surrounded. And it is, oh, so immobile. But it doesn't take away from the epicness. These rockets can wreck if they will go online. Look at this. Nice. Look at it. Like, Paragon is still such a monster. That's the thing with this ship. It isn't that kind of impenetrable fortress as it seems. It really isn't. For the Emperor, but it wasn't enough. If you use the preset weapon configuration, it isn't really that strong. So I started working on the ship. Using new mod, the Exotica mods, I could improve the ship more, making it more maneuverable and tanky. Also, as I wanted to try something new, I put Ulan siege lasers on this thing. This is one of the most broken ships in Starsector. This one. Every time they come in, they capture 1 point. The Ulans were great, they dealt amazing amount of damage. Looked cool as well, but you know, it didn't really help the flux dissipation, so to say. We had to think outside the box one more time. But this is cool. Look at that, that's so cool. We have these new Mjolnir cannons here. And we did find something new. These Mjolnir cannons were something else. Very broken and very helpful to our really grim situation. Whee! That damage insane. Those Mjolnir cannons are doing some serious work. And now the rockets. Phew! Lovely. Thing is running. The carrier is obliterating my fleet. I heard why it is very hard to rate ships in the mods. Most of the times it is not about the ship itself, but the weapons you put on it. You can make some crazy combinations when you're using mods. The ship cannot survive it. But you have to admit one thing. Even with all of these crazy ships that are in modded, Paragon can still hold its ground. And yes, as I was looking at the opposing fleet and looking how I would defeat it, I realized that the weird alien looking thingy was just a transport ship. Alright boys and girls, we will win this. This ship is bulky and dies quite easily. But as we put these OP things on it, we will definitely make this work. This thing has one issue. It has a lot of small slots, but they're all pointing to the broadside, and it is actually quite hard to make a good use of them. It doesn't get better that much that if we take, for example, Conquest, this costs 40 points to deploy, this costs 80. The flux capacity doesn't really match the bigness of the ship. But yes, I'm not blind. I made this thing absurdly tanky, and we're gonna get a bit of a health, reassign skill, ballistic mastery, mandatory, and rest of them we have some insane picks. We can make the ship much tankier. We're gonna go for the impact mitigation elite. It should make a lot of difference. And if you haven't noticed, this is such a devastating matchup because you have to go through the neutron star first. So if you go in, you have low combat readiness already, while they have full. Again, the Imperial ships will capture the points. Outrageous. And we can deploy rest. And now I can only hope that I will play this correctly. But look again what the neutron star is doing to the ships. I'm firing the rockets. The plan is, as you can see, to annihilate the shields. Didn't do as much as I hoped. We will switch targets because we can get rid of the small ships much more efficiently. At least we are super tanky. Now this will hit hard. Now let's speed up the things a little bit. There will be a bunch of battles when I try to conquer this mighty foe and show you what's inside the aged facility. Here you have to fight fast. Although we have quite overpowered ship right now, the enemy forces are very formidable. As we are fighting in the neutron star, also our ship loses combat readiness ridiculously fast. We're so close to winning this, but the Vanilla King is here. I have to win this, right? There's no way I lose this 1-on-1. And some other people say, like, the range isn't king. Like, look what range is doing. Let's go around, maybe? This is a dumb idea. This is a dumb idea. I don't need the shields. Shields are for weak people. No! Fire! Fuck! Scheiße! Don't overload! God damn it, motherfuckers! Oh, God! Yeah, we got the winning screen, but it didn't really help because my fleet was obliterated at that time. And the next engagement, yeah, we didn't stand a chance. The fighters are just lovely here. Now we are dropping in again, and these battles are especially tough because if you look at my fleet, there are a lot of fighters and carriers, and the fighters, yeah, they don't seem to work at all. But as the fight is going on, I'm improving and the victory is so much more close. But the combat readiness again, it is really tough. How are we supposed to do this? And eventually it was me against Paragon and the Yorktown or whatever it is, his massive carrier. Somehow it worked and we managed to flank the Yorktown, destroying it, and now we could go against the Paragon once again. Yeah, let's see how it will go. I didn't flux! I wanted to hold it to the last moment. Who came up with the idea to have this thing, and the bloody neutron star is a evil mind. We might be getting better, but as you can see, as you are seeing another fast forward, yeah, this was getting sometimes even on my nerves, to be honest. Like, give me a break, man. Getting surrounded in the corner when your team cannot even help you because they are getting zapped by the neutron star. Oh yeah, you don't stand much of a chance. As our Austrian friends would say, I'll be back. We had to come with another plan, and we went back to the core sectors, looking for stuff, looking for new cool ships that would really help us win this fight. We went to different vendors trying to find some stuff, we fought some battles, but eventually we found a few things. Well, I went to the bar and I bought it for 200,000 credits. I didn't want to get Star Wars ships, I wanted to show you something different, but this boy is special. Of course, we have the beautiful Star Wars lasers, and what is so super cool, and I would like to see it in the game as well, is when you press the F ability, like, what? It's just sponsorships? What? That's so... You cannot say this isn't one of the coolest things you have ever seen. Look at that thing, that's so cool! We are so disgustingly powerful when we are not being lovely caressed by the neutron star. Look at the fire, so shiny. And from the battle, we got a ship. Look at this lovely onslaught. It will really help our cause. Now it was time to go back. We were prepared to fight the big fight and find what's inside the facility. And for anyone that haven't noticed yet, the Imperial carriers are so OP because when you deploy them, they capture the points immediately. Pretty crazy. Fastly change the ship. Deploy these. Hopefully this time it will be different. There's a major difference happening right now. Some ships are actually fighting from my side. Yes, a big difference it was, because, you know, even though they weren't that great, honestly, they still distracted the enemy so we could take them out one by one and not to worry that everyone would swarm my ship. And honestly, as we took out the Paragon quite early in the game, there was no big baddie at the end to stop us. The rest of the battle was pretty much just hunting down the remains of the enemy fleet, and just another confirmation that when you mod the game and mix all the mods together, you can make some crazy OP ships. And we got the victory screen, and of course time to deal with the remaining enemies, and the victory was ours. Level 7 officers, I always say, these are the things that make the battles super hard. Of course, don't forget to recover the ships that we have lost. And yes, it was still a hard battle, so we lost some. And the well-deserved reward is here. Some cool stuff, some not so. Honestly, 4 hours of battle wasn't that beneficial, but still better than nothing. And from the salvage, Aquilian class battlecruiser. The only thing left is I have to leave those ships again behind for next time. Activate these things. Some of them would have more use being sold. And to the crew that we don't need, don't worry, I will leave them with some fuel. Bye bye. At the end we have put the ships to the rest, because at this stage of the game, without your colonies, you cannot supply the fleet of this size. For the next time, there will be more crazy stuff. I hope you enjoyed. If you got this far, leave a like, it will help a small channel out. And take care. Ciao ciao.